Well, good day, WestBred Wheat Suppliers. I'm Lance Embry, the Regional Sales Manager for WestBred in the Southern Plains. And we're coming to you from North Central Oklahoma, one of our strip tries. Given the COVID-19 situation, we're going to try to do a virtual tour, and you guys will have to give us your feedback and let us know what you think.
WB 4303, a very high yielding, a high management wheat for those people that want to shoot for those extremely high yields. This has extremely high yield potential, excellent straw strength. It has deficiencies in its disease package, its rust and its mildew in particular. It's pretty susceptible to those. It's pretty susceptible to Fusarium head blight, so maybe after corn is not the best place to put it. But the yield potential of this variety is so high that you can pour the fertilizer to this one, you can keep it upright, expect to cut high yields, good protein wheat, pretty good in-use quality with this variety. But it's one that you've got to be willing to treat right, one that you've got to be willing to put a fungicide on. It's very tolerant to acid soil, and it has excellent fall vigor, has a nice big wide leaf and erect upright growth type, so it makes for a very good grazing wheat. So it's one that you can graze. Don't plant it too early if you're not going to graze it though, but an excellent wheat for a broad area across the Central Plains. If you're looking for a good wheat for growing in the Texas Blacklands, you need to look at WB 4418. WB 4418 has some of the very best straw strength of any variety you can find on the market, and that is a key attribute in the Texas Blacklands. It also has good tolerance to leaf rust and stripe rust. It is susceptible to powdery mildew and will be treated for powdery mildew, but otherwise it has a relatively good disease package, and it has good tolerance to Hessian fly. It is not going to be a great grazing wheat. It doesn't have what I would call exceptional vigor out of the ground in the fall, so forage production is not going to be 4418's forte. It makes an extremely large head. This head is on 4418 is generally 18 to 24 spikelets long. And the variety doesn't break dormancy real early in the springtime, and that can help keep us away from some of those late spring freezes. But it's one that doesn't take an exceptional amount of chilling for vernalization as well. I really haven't seen it north of Interstate 10 be an issue for vernalization, so that's another positive about 4418. But all in all, the thing that you love about this variety is the exceptional standability that it demonstrates. And when you get the amount of rain that you possibly can get in the Blacklands in April and May, standability is the most important attribute you can have in a winter wheat. So if you want to find out more, contact your seed supplier or contact your local WestBred representative. Lance 4699's a variety we've been kind of looking for. We've been looking for a product that had excellent Fusarium head blight tolerance. And this is for a hard red winter wheat that's adapted to the Southern Plains. This is probably as good as you're going to find on the market. We would call this moderate resistance to Fusarium head blight for those farmers planting after corn. Guys that are looking for extremely high yield potential, looking for the plant health, the disease resistance. This variety has it all. It's very short. It has very strong straw. It does need to be planted a little bit earlier. It needs to set fall tillers more so than spring tillers. Planting it real late does not seem to work quite as well as it does when you plant it earlier. It holds its dormancy in the spring, so it's not going to get away from you. This is not a grazing wheat. It doesn't have much fall vigor, and it doesn't produce much forage. So this is a play for after corn in particular, and the fusarium head blight tolerance with a fungicide spray is going to give you real good results, real high yield potential, and excellent standability. Acid soil tolerance on this variety is just average. Well, good afternoon. It's kind of a cool, soggy day here in eastern Oklahoma. We're standing in a beautiful field of WB 2606. It's a brand new variety that we're very pleased to be able to introduce to you. This is a soft red wheat that is adapted to this eastern market. It's particularly good against fusarium head blight. It's got good stripe rust tolerance. It's got excellent standability. It's a medium to kind of a late medium maturity variety. For soft wheat, it's got excellent test weight to it. Good downy mildew, powdery mildew tolerance to it as well. Its leaf rust resistance is just moderate, but it is not highly susceptible by any means. As you can see, looking at these heads, the size of the heads are quite large. It's a very fertile head type that's going to produce 3 to 4 berries per mesh. Yields on this are quite high. Another thing that's unique to this variety for soft wheat, or most of our soft varieties are awnless, and this is an awn variety, which typically means it will yield a little bit more. Plus, it has a little bit of a, not resistance, but it's not as desirable to wild hogs. That sounds kind of strange, but wild hogs really like awnless wheat, and they tend to be attracted to it and can cause a lot of damage for wheat growers in areas that have problems with wild hogs. So being that this is an awn variety, it's less desirable to the hogs. Consequently, you shouldn't end up with as much damage on this variety as you would with an awnless variety. Very excited to have this one out this fall. Will be available for the first time this fall for growers.
On behalf of John Fenderson and I, we really appreciate your business, your attention to WestBred. Hopefully you found this information to be helpful in positioning the varieties for your area. If you would like additional information on the WestBred varieties, please log in to westbred.com. There you can also find my contact information and additional information on the varieties. You can get the variety profiles as well as test plot data. I want to wish everyone a safe and bountiful harvest, and I look forward to hearing about your harvest results. Go WestBred.